Okay, guys, it is the 7th of August. Colorado has passed a new law that says that the sellers need to disclose any radon information that they're aware of. Okay, so we have some changes. Turns out I was wrong. I was always told that secondhand smoke was the second leading cause of cancer in non-smokers. Turns out I was wrong. It's radon. They're saying that radon, I've been reading about it, is radon is the second largest killer of lung cancer in non-smokers. Okay? So here we were thinking that secondhand smoke could give us lung cancer and it's killing millions of people. Who would have thought? Radon has been killing everybody with lung cancer that are non-smokers. So pretty amazing stuff now that we've heard this, but I digress. Here we are, radon disclosure, just like a lead-based paint thing. The EPA has come down saying we've got to get this disclosed, which I think it's fine. It sounds like some agents are kind of freaking out a little bit. Oh, this is crazy. But you know what? It's just another governmental thing that we got to do. Okay? And it will protect buyers if they're scared of radon, right? So here we go. You sign into CTM contracts and you see this thing right here, immediate attention required. Well, this is because of if you go to I'm going to go here to Dora, okay? Dora has this big old long thing about how, hey, the contracts now have to, or the seller's property disclosure has to have some information about radon. If the sellers know anything about radon, they need to disclose it. So here you have this thing. I mean, I will put this link in the video so that you can go to this link and read this if you want. But basically, there's 5 things they need to do. They need to disclose whether or not they've had any tests conducted. They need to provide the most recent records pertaining to the tests they have and the concentration levels. Number 3, a description of any radon concentrations detected or mitigation or remediation performed. 4, information regarding whether a radon mitigation system has been installed in the property. And 5, provide an electronic or paper copy of the most recent brochure published by the Department of Health. Okay? Now, here's what the disclosure looks like. Let's go to that really quick. I gotta click in here, read later. All right. I'll hit email contracts here. I'll show you what this looks like. All right. So when you do a new contract, create a new contract for this property, you can go down and the seller's disclosure right now, they're updating the actual seller's disclosure in CTM, but they have it as one of the smart contracts. So it's right here. Seller's property disclosure. You create that, and here's what it looks like. Okay, here you go. This is what it looks like in the smart contracts. You go down to the environmental portion of the disclosure right here, and just beyond that, you see radon. Here's the 3 questions that they ask. They ask if they've done any tests. They ask what kind of remediation was performed, right? So this doesn't really, the realtor, I'm not going in and making sure that their answers are correct and see if they're lying or whatever. This is between the buyer and seller, the seller's disclosure. So it doesn't change our job much. It just means that there's going to be radon disclosure, okay? So if you do know that there is radon and they are lying or something, they're like, oh, I don't have radon, yet you helped them buy that property and you did a test a year ago and you know that there is radon, Maybe you'll say something about that because that's something you know about. But for the most part, most of our listings, we won't know much. They're going to be putting stuff in there. They'll be checking their boxes, and this is on the seller. Okay, we don't have to verify all the information they put in there. Okay, that is the seller's disclosure. So that's one of the changes. Now, if you go to, let's go to new, create new contract for this property. Go down to the bottom. EPA brochures. You see right here where it says, let's see, radon in Colorado real estate transactions. Okay, you see that? Oh, that's the Spanish version. It's the one right above. See that right there? Okay, that is the brochure that you are supposed to send. If you take a listing, this is part of your disclosures. You create this, and when you send all the disclosures to the buyer's agent, you send this to them. Okay, so that's the only thing that's changing in your job, is you have to send the brochure. You know, you're sending lead-based paint documents and disclosures to people. Now you're having them go to the seller's disclosure and check the radon information, and then you're sending them a brochure. Okay? That is it. No big deal. The only problem, the only thing that we're going to have to, the hurdle that we're going to have to do is when buyers see the radon brochure, it basically says they're going to die of lung cancer, kind of like the lead-based paint. You know, we're so good at getting over the lead-based paint thing, people just sign. But now it's saying, hey, you're going to die of radon. It's the second leading cause of lung cancer, and you better protect yourself. That is going to be a problem. Sellers are going to be buying radon mitigation systems everywhere. The radon mitigation contractors are going to get rich in Colorado. So there you go. If you have any questions, give me a call. But it's pretty self-explanatory. And you're also going to have to make sure that the right disclosure, the seller's disclosure, from here on out is uploaded into SkySlope with the radon. They'll probably get rid of the old one eventually, but it's going to take them a week or so to get it uploaded and deleted. So just make sure anything in the next week or two, you're making sure the radon stuff is in that disclosure, because right now there's two. All right. Have a great evening.